Hello everyone. We are back again. Some technical difficulties that we really do not have anything to do. That we really cannot fix in any way. So hopefully
it's YouTube's fault. Don't blame Retro. He's not at fault.
I really wish
YouTube.
that I could take fault and be like, yeah, sorry guys, but it's just YouTube. YouTube shuts off the stream after a certain period of time, and then we can't get it back up. So the round is going on. You've missed a substantial amount of siege so far between these two teams.
Mostly Kato and JT being in a 2v4 again and losing it as usual.
Yeah, pretty much. Although there was a bit of a rush coming out from North Star the previous round, which we could see, you couldn't. And wow, what a shot there from Slash to find Katu in the end. After it kind of looked like he wasn't going to get it. I mean, I said what a shot when he didn't take the shot, just because I was like, oh, he's going to definitely flick onto that. He didn't. But nevertheless, here, oh, it's the half switch. I didn't even realize that. Or the side switch, rather. Rada will find Slash in the end. 3 versus 3. At last, he gets shut down as well from this angle inside of Office. Of course, a very, very dangerous angle to be going up against. And is going to try and crawl through the wall. Not going to be really working out for him too well at this moment. And JM is lurking around. Could just be finding him, and he does. Equalizes the man count yet again. There goes another push up those stairs, but JM is just a little too prepared for it. Gaps, however, inside of the bomb site is going for the plant. He's all alone now. In a 1 versus 2, they know that he's planting, or maybe they did, I don't know. Kind of sounded obvious to me, but maybe not. Oh goodness, he finds another one at the JM. He's just a sliver of HP now. But can JT actually find this round? He had no idea that he was in Mudroom till he threw out that flashbang, and now he knows exactly where he is. Of course, Gaps planted in the perfect position to hold off that diffuser from inside of Mudroom, but he pushes into the bomb site. JT finds him, finds the diffuser in time as well, and gets it disabled before any more damage is been done. North Star take yet another round that is their first round of defense, and funnily enough, although we did miss most of this map, unfortunately, is that both of these maps in the first half ended the exact same way, where it was a split. How do you say that? Split half? I don't know why I'm struggling so hard with this now. It was a 3-3 split. Yes, and you know, REH tried to go for a rush that completely backfired and failed all the way back on Oregon, and then North Star tried to go for a rush that worked now here on Chalet. So, I mean, if we do end up seeing Theme Park, I don't even know what to expect from it anymore, because both of these maps were, you know, a very solid pick from both of the teams, where, you know, REH very, very, very good and solid on Oregon. Same for North Star, very, very good on Chalet. So to see both of these maps be so back and forth, and then Theme Park being a pretty much, you know, out of left field pick for either of these teams, I truly don't know what to expect if we do get to see it, which, I mean, the way that these teams have been playing, I really wouldn't put it past them to have it either way, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, if nothing else, at least it's going to be, you know, fair ground. It's going to be fair game. You've got neutral grounds to decide this match, because at the moment it's looking like it's going to be about as close as the 5 Stars Lumina game was. We saw 2 overtimes in that game as well. It had to go all the way to map 3 for us to finally close it out, and so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something similar here. I mean, you know, we played REH in Premier, and they certainly deserve to be here, because other than us, they were the other team that was doing kind of well in Premier. They're, of course, 2nd seed in that, and BLUEJAYS North Star, former Vidical, they come in as 3rd seed, if I remember correctly, from Champions. So they might be coming in from the better league, but they technically come in at a lower position. And so fairly even matchup between those two. And, you know, we just about won it against Lumina. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a map 3 and this go really, really close. I'm giving the edge to REH because they look a little more confident, but it could go either way. It's really down to 1 or 2 rounds.
I think that definitely is true, especially considering the fact that, you know, Oregon ended in round 14 with a 2-round difference, and it very easily could have ended up in round 15 with absolutely no way of telling where it's gonna go. So I really wouldn't put it past these teams to end it again in the same fashion in overtime, whether, you know, complete overtime in round 15 or just round 14. But very, very good teams. And, you know, I said this already all the way back on Oregon, is I think we're going to be seeing this more and more often, is that these are the best of Revival, and we see that time and time again as Beauty takes down Katu from below. A very good read with those drones to know that he was there and to know that you could take him out after taking down the utility as well. Slash still holding on to this very, very long angle, finally gives it up. That wall now open. Tortilla taking so much damage as he pushes in to the office, but pushing back some of these defenders as well. JM just now dropping away from inside a piano and pushing back into Solarium. REH is completely collapsing onto these top 4 players and forcing them away from their positions that they were holding onto for just seconds ago. Bit of a slowdown here now coming up from REH as they're getting those drones out. We saw this from them before. Oh, what a beautiful shot through the wall from JM to find Tortilla, a star player for once, or once upon a time, a star player for Tortilla. But Gaps is there, finds another one at the Pavlov. Slash now pushing closer up into this wall. There goes the flashbang into the bomb site itself. 25 seconds to go. Slash making his way inside. Rudda will find Gaps from a faraway angle. Slash has no idea that JT is there and waiting. A very close position for him to be holding. They finally find him, but they're not able to find the kill. There goes the C4 blow, but there goes the aggression as well. Slash will find the kill. Beauty going for the plant. 2v2. Slash has to cover. There goes the double swing. He finds both of them. What a game there from Slash. What a round from Slash. Beautiful played. Wow.
What an incredible turnaround from Slash on that cover. He's able to find the engagement on the first one inside a kitchen door. He's able to turn it around, get the guy on half wall swinging wide on him as well. That was a perfect 180-degree crossfire. They completely surrounded him, and somehow he's able to get the turn on that second player as he's just a little bit behind, and Slash able to close that out. He's able to cover for his plant mate. He's able to find, you know, the bandit that was hiding in the... What was it, Bandit or Fenrir? I don't know. I think Bandit, who was hiding in the corner. And so, off the back of Slash, we stay in the game. We continue keeping this even.
Yeah, we definitely do. And oh my god, I got so excited there. That was such an intense round. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that round, that infamous round on Oregon, where Pavlov won it with a shield. It was match point as well. That is what that reminded me of. It was so intense and down to the wire, and even when he got both kills and the screen said, you know, round 1 for REH, my brain still didn't believe it for a moment. Because it's so unbelievable for that to have happened, and well, nevertheless, really, really good job there from REH to win that one, and to force Northstar to take this map, or to take this site yet again. And Northstar on their map pick, I don't want to say struggling, but it's definitely not being, you know, a smooth sailing from them.
I mean, neither has it been for REH on their own map. It's been just these two teams have been going back and forth no matter the map at the moment. There's a slight edge toward whoever picked the map, but at the moment it's just somebody takes the lead and immediately it gets equalized. This time around, you know, Northstar go up 4-3, REH immediately equalized. On Oregon it was the same thing, but just the other way around. I wouldn't be surprised if we would see Northstar on match point, and then we see REH pulling a Pavlov and getting a 1v2 with 0 seconds on the clock. And then we go into overtime again. Like I said, it's very close. It's just like the Lumina game. We've seen it before. These two teams are evenly matched, and that means that they're going to struggle against each other. And the slightest difference in performance, the right player showing up at the right time is going to make all the difference. As Schnitter gets the opening pick onto JT, he's down early, 2-8, not really finding much impact at the moment on this map. JT just holding back a little, as he is a substitute pickup for Northstar because they've had some issues with availability. But you've got JM to cancel that out because he's 12-7, so you've got somebody performing and somebody to carry the weight here. And at the moment it seems to be just about enough, but Will it be soon? Kato gets another one onto Slash, equalizes the man count. There we go. There's some other guns kicking in. Northstar desperately need that. But no, Schnitter, he cuts it down. He gets kills from big window, and there goes most of the defense from Blue Jays.
Yeah, and there goes the final piece, or the second to final piece, all down to JM. He was very explosive so far throughout this round. But there'll be another explosion to follow it up, as it's a frag grenade from below. Misses just barely, and he stays alive for another minute. Finds Beauty as well. The wall will get opened up. Makes his chances a little bit better, but it's the hatch play from Tortilla that eventually wins it out for REH. They take the lead, or retake the lead, and find themselves on match point first, yet again here. And, well, or not really on match point yet, but I meant a step away from match point. And, you know, that really could start to, you know, cause some issues here for Northstars, of course. They're still, you know, at minimum 2 more rounds to play out here. And Northstar could be finding the footing that they need to still win this out and to take us into theme park. But REH, of course, stand with the advantage here, that no matter what happens, they have that first map won. And, you know, they can get a little bit experimental here, or they can really sink their teeth into it and not let Northstar take it at all. And then, you know, we're seeing REH progress further through the upper bracket, and Northstar are going to be battling, I'm not really sure who it will be, but they're going to be battling their way through the lower bracket, which of course isn't going to be an easy feat either, because, you know, it's a double elimination situation. So if they lose it in lower bracket, they are out until at minimum next season.
Well, I mean, they're not fully out. If you drop to lower bracket, I mean, you're gonna be out of the running for the playoffs for any higher seeding, but there is still a match for 5th, right? You're still playing for a little bit of money. There's one more match that you get to go through, but ultimately, of course, that's not what you're aiming for. You don't want to play for 5th. You want to play for 1st. You want to go into those grand finals, get that coveted spot, get a bit more money. Money's not the main concern here, but definitely just, you know, the RCS role. You want to get a higher rank. You want to get better scrims so that you can play better teams and you can get more experience. And that's very important in leagues such as Revival. You're kind of just playing for recognition. You're playing so that people know you, and when you know, you ask somebody for a scrim, they will accept because they've heard of you before. And that's a good trait to have, because then you have an easier time training, and that's going to give you a big boost in terms of improvement. If you can get consistent good scrims, you're going to be ahead of the curve. And that's what we're aiming for here at the moment. 5-4. REH still having that advantage. I said I give them the slight edge in this matchup overall because I think they have what it takes to take down Northstar. Northstar struggling a little bit throughout some of these maps. Very close games, and really only keeping in first map in overtime through that clutch on Pavlov. And so now Slash finding that opening pick yet again. He's been so good with these opening picks. He's 14-8. And with only a minute off the clock, he's already looking at library. He's trying to find that player inside of Cubby there, instead of Suicide. And yeah, there we go. JT, he drops back to side. He doesn't want to risk it. He gets flashed out of that position. He drops back down. And he goes back into stock. Stacks up together with the smoke. Pavlov, I think he's going to move around a little, going for the bar. And now half the round is gone, and REH, they are firmly in control of most of the top floor. As soon as they realize that library is cleared out, they can take mezzanine here and move forward.
So much of this utility getting thrown out, and none of it clearing that shield. Such an important position for him to be holding on to, but it doesn't really matter because Gaps will find another kill, and that will blow the round wide open even more here for REH. They have the vertical control now. They can start commencing this vertical pressure as well with the sledge. Bullets raining down from the sky as well. 50 seconds, more than enough time here left for REH to still execute, but JM will find Schnitter through. And flank up those stairs, immediately shut down. However, Pavlov getting taken down as well. It's all down to JT effectively, as his teammate gets shut down. And there goes the drop from the hash from Slash. He will find yet another one. REH take the round and now do find themselves on map point and match point as well.
There we go. I think you were a page ahead in the script. You said it last round that they were on match point, but
yep,
it's this round. This time for real. We did it. All right, REH, they're on match point, and with a 2-round buffer as well, this is more than they had on their own map pick. So 2 rounds ahead, they have 2 chances now to close it out, to take this 2-0, to avoid another overtime, to avoid map 3, to just get around theme park. Don't really want to go there if you don't have to. Just get that 2-0 and then, you know, go against Arctic Wolves as soon as possible. Knock North Star down into the lower bracket and let them fight for the scraps. And at the moment, it's looking good. REH, they're shaping up, and Slash, he's been so incredible, not just on these opening engagements, but on closing it out as well. As we saw here, he's able to find those final kills as well. And if I'm seeing it correctly, he's 16-8, which puts him on a... I think that's a 2.0 KD at the moment. Yes, my math is correct. I was worried for a second. Don't do math on stream, people.
Trust me,
but it is a 2.0 at the moment.
Yeah, I really am bad at doing math on stream. I mean, I'm bad at doing math in general, but I think it's that much worse when you're doing it on stream. You know, there's a little bit of pressure to do it quickly, to get that information out, and then also to do it correctly so that nobody calls you out for it in chat. And it's so much worse, but nevertheless, yeah, a 2-0 KD for him, and you know, JM is not that far off it either. Let's be clear here. He's not that far off. Neither is Beauty. I mean, so much could still happen between both of these teams, and North Star could just be, you know, getting their foot down, or putting their foot down rather, and not letting REH take this away. It really could go either way, and I'm excited to see which way it goes, but North Star will definitely have to sink themselves into this one. JT crossing that window, nearly getting taken down. So, that might have not have been JT. Who was that? There was somebody there, definitely. I don't know. It was somebody who nearly got their head taken off as he was running through the room. It might have been Rudda, actually. Kind of looked like the Jaeger outline. Nevertheless, though, both of them stay alive, at least for now. And REH are starting to commence their attack from this west main side instead.
That Frostmat, for a second I forgot that was a clone. That Frostmat gave me a heart attack.
Yep.
I'm not even playing and I get a heart attack staring at that Frostmat because it felt like the reaction came in through late from that Iana, but it's just a clone. It's fine. It's okay. I can calm down. Gets my heart beaten, but instead there's a fight from Tortilla all the way from the basement. This is a very common angle for Buck to play, to try and get control of that staircase, and looks like a run-out might be attempted very soon onto Schnitte, but I think he is aware of it, but he's not really concerned with it because at the moment there's an air jab protecting him. It gets C4'd, but he doesn't quite die. He replaces the air jab, but no, a run-out comes out while it's being set up, and JM, he's able to connect onto that. As you said, he's putting up big numbers as well, 15-9 now as well. As we have Slash and a Frostmat. I talked about another one earlier, but it's this one. It's this one that happened to be the one.
Wow. That's
not a window that people jump in very often. So it's I'm surprised that Slash went in that window and didn't check for the Frostmat either.
Yeah. I'm surprised that this Frostmat was put there, considering, yeah, it's a very uncommon window for a jump in, especially for this bomb site. I feel like it's a little bit more expected if it's a basement defense, but for this bomb site, I mean, to expect somebody to jump in there, that's gotta be some, you know, like,
I think it's a good read from North Star, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is mind reading a little bit, but at the same time, North Star's setup seems to be heavily focused around, you know, blocking a diving take. And JM, beautiful shot. There we go, 16-9 as well. He's also on 16 kills now, as it's only down to Slash, and a 1v4, he's taken heavy damage as well. He has a diffuser right next to him. That's about the only thing that they're going to give him. So that's the Kai playing in that corner still on the reinforcement, not opened up at all. Gonna try and go for that swing. Very cautious. They have a yellow ping on that Ash. They know exactly where Slash is playing. And so with 15 seconds, there's no way for him back into the round. We're gonna play at least one more round. And North Star, they're able to hold on. They look like the way they should on this map. And we'll move into 6-5 match point, and we'll have REH in that position again as Pavlov. There we go. He goes for a wide swing, goes for that hip fire. I mean, you can do it. Ash is 1 HP. There's no time left on the clock. Might as well go for that swing there. Beautiful. Connects onto that. And Blue Jays, they stay in the run for now.
Yep. They stay in the round for now. And I think that they might be able to pull it off here again. They're going back down to Bar Gaming, which sort of went all over the place. It went both ways, both times, or both halves, rather. And, well, we're just going to have to see how it goes here again. Of course, the previous time that they played it, didn't go too well. They just got absolutely decimated by REH. Hopefully this time around they're going to have a little bit more of a foot in the game, and they're going to be able to hold off on a lot of those positions this time.
Yeah, right. Bar Gaming was a little shaky from North Star every single time we've gone there. But 2 of the times North Star were able to close out a 1v2, once on attack, once on defense. They seem to like this one. They seem to have a scrap with REH on this one. This is, I think Bar is turning into like the most picked bomb site for Chalet. Seems to be a very well-liked bomb site because it just has that layer of complexity. There's not a whole lot of vertical play. And you can hold library for so long with that blue hold and that mezzanine hold. So you can play around it for a very long time.
The location of a bomb.
So it's slowly becoming a favorite. As top floor, you can easily cut that in half if you just have a guy on big window. And basement, there's a lot of vertical control, but at the same time, getting to that is kind of difficult. I think the easiest part about basement as an attacker is probably boiler. If you can get boiler wall open, it's very easy to go for an execute to get, you know, that control, as long as you have hatch control of dining.
Yeah.
And if not, you can still try and just take that gunfight. There's always a chance that you might be able to win it if there's a defender just holding that hatch.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what we saw from North Star in their final attacking round, where that's exactly what they did. They had that hatch control and they had that boiler control, and they were able to take that round from there. It was a 4v1 there post plant. It was absolutely beautifully executed, and that's exactly how you were supposed to play it. So hopefully this time, REH are going to be able to find a similar success as we saw from that particular round. But they're clearing out the suicide position very, very early on, forcing JT out of that position, and Schnitter will find Rudda. I'm not really even sure where he found him or how he was able to get that kill, but nevertheless, the kills keep raining in, and Tortilla, who found infinite success all the way back in the first half, hasn't really been able to do much since then. Gets taken down here again, and of course, losing that buck is, you know, definitely gonna hurt. Of course, they still have the sledge for that vertical pressure, but it's so much easier and so much better doing it when you have another player dedicated to that cause. Patu still on
Yes, certainly.
Sorry?
No. I was just gonna say that I agree, but in the meantime, Rota getting taken down somewhat early. You don't have that echo on the board. I'm not sure why the echo is being brought. Probably for the shield more than anything. But you can't really make use of those yokais now because he's down early, so you cannot deny the plant late. So you just kind of have to play the kill game. And the kill game we play is JM and Gap's trade. Actually, that was a 1-for-1 trade. That did not look like the Hibana was going to be able to go for that, but instead we do have it. Pavlov retakes the position that JM died on. He's able to find another pick, and it's man advantage for North Star. They're in a 3v2. Booney gets downed as well, and so it's all down to Schnitter, or we're going back to OT yet again. And what looked like a confident win for REH, just like it did on map 1. We might be going back into OT. We might be scrapping for another 2 to 3 rounds to see how this is going to pan out, and if we have to go to theme park.
Yeah, that's the question that remains unanswered, is whether or not we're going to be seeing map 3. Oh, Beauty finds a beautiful kill there onto Pavlov, finds yet another one at the Kantu, and it looks like they might be throwing it away. It's all down to JT. A familiar face in these clutch situations now. 1 versus 2. Beauty is on very low HP, but his damage has been done as he took down those final 2 defenders. JT finds beautiful kill there. Now it's all down to Schnitter in this 1v1 post-plant situation to hold on to that diffuser and not give anything away at all. JT scrambling for position here inside of that deep freezer. Engagements coming out both ways. That prox alarm will give away Schnitt's position, or at least the fact that he has rotated away, but he has time to drone. It's time to find even more information, and now JT will have to go for a bit of a bait situation here. Flash rings coming out as well. Schnitt still has so much utility, but it doesn't matter because he doesn't really have time. He's sticking it. Schnitt in a good position though. Will find that final kill. REH Gaming find that round somehow. North Star let it slip away, and the game, everything. The points, the position, everything will be going REH's way. They advance further on through the upper bracket. Meanwhile, we'll be seeing North Star again in the lower bracket. I'm not sure against who they will be. I'm gonna check the standings, but
They
it'll
will be against the
interesting.
loser of us, as far as I'm aware. It's gonna be a loser of 5 stars versus Eterno is gonna go against Blue Jays.
Okay, I think then we can effectively say then it will be against 5 stars.
Hey, watch it.
I'm joking. That will be a scrappy match. I cannot wait for that. Something that I've, been saying so far throughout the season, every time that I get a chance to, is that there are some hungry teams in the Premier League so this season. And, we just saw REH how hungry they can be, and when they bite it, they do not let go. But another team that I've been praising a lot, and not just because I like you so much, but because I genuinely think the 5 stars are a really, really good team. I think that they might be the hungriest team that we have across all leagues. Seeing you guys all the way back in the quals, and then seeing you progress through the Premier League without barely, ever losing a game is definitely something that I feel like some of these Champions League teams should be worried about, especially if you guys do make it into the Champions League next season off the back of their relegations matches. You're definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with, and I'm, for one, ecstatic to see Champions League next season if you guys do make it in, because oh goodness, that's going to be a fun time.
All right, enough of the flattery. That is if we make promotions, of course. But first, we gotta go against Eterno, and of course, I gotta give some closing remarks on this game because, like I said, courtesy of them being in Premier, and I think I agree with what you said about the teams from Premier really wanting to go to these finals. I think it was a close contention for second, because obviously we were going to be first. I mean, that wasn't even a question. But the second team in Premier that was going to make it to finals was closely contested for a while until REH firmly put themselves into that spot. And courtesy of that, I had to give them, I think, my vote here in this matchup. And ultimately, it paid off. I didn't cast or curse them or anything. They were the better team here. I think overall, it was a little scrappy. And I think they threw around a way that ultimately there was hardly a way of losing, because it was, I checked on the replay, because thankfully that was still caught on stream on map 1. That Oregon, the clutch that sent them into overtime that North Star just about won, it was 000 on the clock. It was actually 0. The round was over.
Wow.
That's when the knife came through. So
that is crazy.
On land, that might have gone a different way. We would have maybe seen a 7-5. That's hard to say, because it was fractions, absolute fractions of a second. And so REH arguably could have taken map 1 a little more comfortably, and they took map 2 here again a little scrappy, but off the back of Booney, and then of course the beautiful clutch from Schnitte, able to reel it back in. It's good siege. It's good siege seeing these guys play, and I'm glad they're the ones to advance, and them playing against Arctic Wolves is going to be a good matchup, I think.
Oh yeah, I think that we're set for some really, really good matchups here throughout the rest of these playoffs. In both brackets, I think upper bracket and lower bracket, regardless of what the matches end up being, it's all gonna be so much fun to follow. I'm gonna definitely try and cast as much of it as I can, because I really love this, and I really love seeing these teams. But even just watching, just being able to be present for some of these games is definitely going to be a huge deal for, I think, most people watching, just because of how exciting some of these games end up being. But I think that you said it really, really well for both of these teams about the way that they played and about everything that happened. REH just, they really bit into it and they didn't let it go. But, credit where credit is due. North Star really did not let them run away with it. It went overtime once, and then, it was a 7-5 there in the final one. But it really could have gone either way. And I really wouldn't have put it past North Star to have even won either one or both of those rounds. I mean, they did play with a sub, so it's hard to know what really would have happened if they had their full regular roster playing and they could have just, played to their fullest potential. But nevertheless, still beautiful, beautiful siege from both of these teams, and I'm excited for the rest of these playoffs. But we've rambled on enough, I think, about 5 stars, and I think about both of these teams as well. There was some technical difficulties. Again, I do apologize for everything that has been going on. It has been tough to coordinate everything, unfortunately, due to prior commitments in, you know, private lives and everything of our regular producers and observers, it has all fallen down to me to produce, observe, and castle at the same time. So there have been some kinks in the road, and then of course, as well, you two putting a bit of a fight against us as well. Of course, this is something that plagued us in the previous game as well with 5 stars and Lumina, and now again, so that's definitely something that we're gonna have to work on. So I apologize to everybody watching, and of course the teams for not catching everything, but we really tried it. And thank you, Reaperince, for joining me here today on such short notice, and for
anytime
doing a beautiful job of casting these games and helping me out here. Thank you everybody for watching as well. Do be sure to subscribe to not this channel, but to R6 Brawl for It All, so that you can catch any future games that go on. Thank you everybody for watching. Have a good night, and we'll see you again soon.
See the evil eye every time we pull up. Talking about the fakes, but that's not us. You know you can call me Dundada. Baby, we gon' pull up to the opera. Baby girl, I know you wanna hit it, oh no. I'm a playboy like Sinatra. Who that hopping out the Beamer? It's a party when I see her. Fell in love with my demeanor, and she love the way I treat her. We gon' pour it by the leader. Everybody watching now, I'm blowing off the meter. All these people talking Frank Sinatra through the speakers. If they got a problem, cause in time he got a feature. So I'm popping off. Now I'm hearing talks about falling off. I could never. All these people that been dropping off, I could never. All that talking just to top it off, I could never. Got a bag, homie. I don't mean to brag, homie. Know a lot of people hate on me. Get the fuck up on my way, homie. Baby girl, I know you wanna hit it, oh no. I'm a playboy like Sinatra. See the evil eye every time we pull up. Talking about the fakes, but that's not us. You know you can call me Dundada. Baby, we gon' pull up to the opera. Baby girl, I know you wanna hit it, oh no. I'm a playboy like Sinatra. Ain't nobody pop where I'm from. No attention, now these hoes falling like it's autumn. Richie Palo on top, that's a fucking problem. Russian cream, suede seats like we hit the ladder. And I hold on to my pride, cause you know where I'm from. And I grip that bottle tight, I'ma sip it till it's done. I'ma take that corner wide while I'm screaming red rum. You the Bonnie to my Clyde, now we really on one. Now I know you wanna party all night, mix the Henny with Bacardi all night, in that Giorgio Armani all white, and I know you love that vodka with peace, right? Can I hit it in the morning? Cause I'm flying, man, I'm soaring. I'm just going through the motions. There's no telling where we're going. Baby girl, I know you wanna hit it, oh no. I'm a playboy like Sinatra. See the evil eye every time we pull up. Talking about the fakes, but that's not us. You know you can call me Dundada. Baby, we gon' pull up to the opera. Baby girl, I know